Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Nengvina Ervina Rusmana with students number 2321-2030. I'm from English Education Department Class B. Today, I'd like to introduce guided discovery method, which is also known as the inductive approach. Guided discovery is a student-centered instructional strategy based on constructivist learning theory. This method believes that students learn better when they actively build their own understanding instead of simply receiving information from the teachers. According to Thornbury in Grammar Teaching, the teacher's role is not to directly explain the rules, but to guide learners in discovering these rules by themselves. Similarly, Scrivener in 25 points out that when students discover rules on their own, they are more likely to remember and apply them correctly. The main principles of this method are first, inductive learning. This means that the students move from example to general rules. Second, active students engagement. It is because students need to observe, think, and analyze by themselves. And the last one is the teacher's role is to act as a facilitator, providing guidance and feedback rather than lengthy explanation. There are three main steps in applying guided discovery. Step 1 is present contextualized examples. It usually sentences or text where a target language item appears naturally. Step 2 is guide students to observe and hypothesize. Here, students analyze the examples and try to find patterns or rules. And the last step is confirm and practice the rules. The teacher should help students check their understanding and apply the rules in communicative activities. In conclusion, guided discovery encourages learners to think critically, engage actively, and take more responsibility for their learning. By allowing students to discover language rules on their own, this method helps them to build deeper and more lasting understanding. So that's a brief explanation of the guided discovery method. Now I'm going to show you how I apply it in my teaching practice. Let's check it out. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon everyone. How are you feeling today? Great. Before we start, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever thought like this? If I had done something differently, the results would have changed. Think about something you regret not doing it in the past. Have you had experience like that?
Yes,
Wow.
I regret because I'm not doing my task earlier.
Yeah.
I regret because I'm not help my brother because
You feel guilty, and also you feel guilty to yourself to being a procrastinator. And you can describe it with this kind of sentence, conditional sentences type 3. And instead of me explain directly about the rules, I want you to look at this verse. What did you notice in those kind of sentence? Maybe like the words always appear in those sentence.
maybe the word if.
Yeah, that's correct. Because all of the sentence have the if clause. Let's focus on those if clause. What do you think the tense in this sentence? The tenses.
I know that's a simple past perfect tense.
Yeah, that's correct. And in this kind of situation, do you think it is like the real situation or maybe the unreal ones?
Unreal.
Why?
I think the sentence is like imagines about something.
That's correct. Like imagine something in the past, and we have like different outcome of that situation. Okay, now let's discuss with your partner what are the structures of these sentences. You may discuss us for 2 minutes or 1 minute. Okay, ready? What you find from these sentences? About the structure. It's okay. We are just learn.
So we think that those sentences consist of if clause.
Yeah, it's
And
correct.
then, as we discussed earlier, maybe the past perfect.
Yeah, yes.
And then the main clause.
Yeah, that's correct. Good job. And in this conditional sentences type 3, the structure is if clause as you said before, and in the if clause there is if plus past perfect, the tenses you mentioned earlier. And then in the might clause there are could, might plus have, and then past participle. As we discussed in this example, if I studied earlier, it is if clause and might clause we use would, and then have and the past participle. Yes, like that. And because you already know about the structures, I want you to complete these sentences. I will show you the example to answer this question. For example, like first, if I know the truth, I will blah blah blah. This is the if clause, and here we use the verb 3 to answer this. What the verb 3 of noun? Noun. If I had known the truth, I would have told you. Like that. Did you understand?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So maybe Daphne, you answer the second question, and then Rani the last one.
Okay, so for the second question, he would arrive on time if he hadn't forgotten his appointment.
Yeah, that's correct. And about the
Number 3, if we left the class earlier, we would have the branch.
yeah, that's correct. You used the conditional sentences in the correct form. And maybe that's all about our lesson today. I hope all of you can apply this in a real life situation. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for your active participation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.